vacation. We're on the mountains this weekend and doing amazing trips skiing, and everybody's taking notes on the way we're skiing. And
All right, dudes, let's take a look at a few clips from the one of the latest Patrick Bet David clips. Listen, it's not what you think. It's not propaganda. All right. He's going to tell both sides of the story, fully explain to you why and how Israel has nothing to do with Iran and the US at the moment. All right. Pull up a chair, pay attention. Let's take a look.
Iran declares total war against US, Israel, and Europe as Islamic Republic seeks to expand nuclear facilities, meaning we don't give a shit.
Dude, how can you even mention nukes with a straight face about Iran is beyond me. We know they don't have a nuke, never did. We know Iran just got bombed by us on behalf of Israel. Dude, I hope this was going to be a legit, informative clip from Pat and the Goons, but dude, yet again, spewing propaganda for the chodes and the you-know-whos. Listen, it's not a secret anymore. It's widely understood that Israel has nuclear weapons. They operate under a policy of deliberate, what they call it, nuclear ambiguity. Never signed the NPT, meaning it's not held to the same disclosure rules, standards as Iran. What happens within a couple of weeks every time Daddy Bibi visits the president? Iran gets bombed, now Venezuela. And by the way, the same time this Venezuela stuff happened, Bibi had his own little mission going on bombing Gaza at the same time, on the low, allegedly. But hey, look it up. Just not from CNN or the Patrick Bet David podcast.
Iran's president declared war against US, Israel, Europe. Just as Tehran looks to rebuild its nuclear capabilities, Masoud Pezeshkian made the bold statement in an interview published in state media Saturday. Barron's reported, in my opinion, we are at total war with the US, Israel, and Europe. They want to bring our country to its knees.
Bring the country to its knees. Come on, man. Who else wants to bring us to our knees? Who else needs daddy to defend them, back their every move? Who has the US do the heavy lifting every time they want to do some regime change or quick land grab here or there? And we do it.
Pezeshkian said, this war, listen to what he says, this war is worse than the one launched against the US by Iraq. This is in the 80s when Saddam Hussein was there. On closer inspection, it is far more complex and difficult, he said in a reference to the 1980 to 88 war with Iran's western neighbor, which when I lived in Iran, in Tehran during those 8 years as well, the claims come amid New York.
All right, Pat, I can't. Let's see what Adam has to say. Listen, Adam's going to bring some truth bombs, all right? He's not just going to spurg out. He's going to bring it home. Pull up a chair, all right?
You know how politicians ask, is your life better than it was 4 years ago? Yes or no? Vote for me to change. I'll ask the people of Iran, I'll ask the people of the Middle East who have suffered through this Islamic terrorism regime. Is your life better now? In Europe, you just got your ass kicked, Islamic Republic of Iran, and now you want to double down and try to reduplicate your nuclear strategy?
All right, I was way off. He's spurging for Israel. Look, he absolutely loves this stuff, loves talking and warning us about Islam, Iran, yada, yada. Here's what he won't talk about. He won't talk about how Israel would have gotten its ass kicked 10 times over if it wasn't for their daddy. Let's be real. Literally, the only reason they bomb and attack who they want, when they want, is because we back them. And listen, Adam definitely won't mention certain things and thinks everyone watching this crap doesn't understand the history about Israel, the 7 countries on the list, which they have indeed succeeded. Won't talk about how back in 2002, Bibi testified before Congress where he strongly urges U.S. to take action against Iraq and Iran. This was the plan the whole time. He's been trying to get us to fight Iran for them for decades now. And I quote, I think people sitting next door in Iran, young people and many others, will say that the time of such regimes has come to an end. The whole Iraq first, Iran next. When it comes to Iraq, he said the only way to stop Saddam Hussein is to stop him before he has nuclear weapons. Bro, the Israelis have nuclear weapons, allegedly. And they're not supposed to. When you ask one of them how they feel about Israel having nukes, they all say the same stuff. Well, if we do, I'm sure glad it's us and not the Muslims. Bro, come on. Adam won't talk about the Dimona reactor they built in the 50s, and Israel, of course, told us it's for peaceful research, we promise. We found out there were concealed underground levels. They had plutonium processing. And then 10 years later, we knew for sure it wasn't a civilian-only peaceful research center. But hey, we had to bomb Iran. We had to. They for sure had nukes. He won't talk about the Vanunu revelations. Literally, a Dimona technician provided photos and testimony to the Sunday Times showing evidence of plutonium separation, weapon fabrication, stockpiles of hundreds of warheads. Adam won't give us any of these facts from the other side. Instead, CNN this, CNN that. And every other dude here is like, yep, sounds about right. We gotta send these warnings to our watchers about Iran. They must know the skiing could be so good, but the Muslims and Islam is keeping them down. The skiing sucks, bro. We're not having it. I don't know. Check out the original clip. You'll see what I mean.
Mountain 70s. Just type in Iran mountains skiing 1970s and just look at these pictures and go to images, okay? And look what Iran looked like. This is a big bear. That's not Montana. That is Iran, folks. Iran looked like that in the 70s. You ain't got that today. You ain't got that going on today. You got to have a hijab while you're going down skiing. It was a very different climate then than today. And because at the time, the shiny was, there's so many things I've been.
Yeah, the skiing. Look, take a look at the original. Make your own conclusions. But this type of stuff is getting old, man. I'm over it. Left, right, doesn't matter. It's heavily weighted towards one side of the story. And for what? For who? I don't know. Till next time, stay safe. Take care. Oh, and real quick, go grab a pen and paper, a notebook, whatever you got. And get ready to jot down the single most important takeaway from this video. Seriously, jokes aside. Get ready, here it comes. Take a listen.
We're on the mountains this weekend, skiing, and everybody's taking notes on the way we're skiing. And